let me tell you something. I hope that slip dress rips.
Just so you know, the Duchess of Dick has removed you from the chat.
You sick.
M.
Oh.
M.
Mom!
Do you love the holidays like me? Tamales and snickerdoodles. Are you a gift wrapper like me? Beguiled by big bows. Sleigh bells ring. Are you listening? Wrap the gifts, bake the cookies, deck the halls, blaze the ham, crack the nuts, jingle the bells. Oh, it's a winter wonderland. Ho, ho, ho. Santa's on his way. Tighten up. It's Very Merry Delta.
Today's guest has been a staple at Very Delta live presentations, and it was inevitable for her to be a guest on the recorded podcast. It's the one and only MissMa'amShe. Hi.
Oh my gosh, hello. I am your contestant number 3, MissMa'amShe, all the way from Brooklyn, New York. And before you ask, yes, I'm alternative.
I say off the top that you're like a staple at the live shows because I love, well, first of all, you put the Subway monologue on the map. If anybody out there knows about the Subway episode where I lost my mind like I do every Monday, but that one in particular, you got that, you looped it, you did your own thing with it, and it's something where you've just traveled everywhere with it.
Yes. Oh my God. No, that number is such a key. I made it so like sporadically, like very randomly. It was I got like booked at a Halloween gig at this bar called the Rosemont like a few years ago. And I was like, what am I going to be for Halloween? Like, you know, when you're like a drag queen and like you don't want to dress up for Halloween, if you are a drag queen or a drag entertainer and you dress up for Halloween, like absolutely. For me, I'm like, oh my God, like what the hell am I going to do? I'm sitting thinking, what's in the background on my goddamn computer playing? Very Delta. Girl, it felt like Thomas Edison when he found the fucking light bulb. I was like, girl, let me put on this wig. Let me be Delta work in Brooklyn. They lived.
And I thank you because there are people that have listened to the podcast because they've seen your number, not because they knew what the podcast was. So I think it's like, it's free promotion.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I feel like those people are lying to you. They've definitely seen the podcast before my number.
I don't think so.
Like, oh my God, no, I'm so serious.
I don't think so.
But I do, that is such a compliment. Thank you so much.
Have you been bad this year? Did you get into the coal?
You know what? Here's the thing. As a Brooklyn entertainer, I have to be a bit alternative. So I was like, let's do a little visual moment and let me chew on this coal. I recently went to a Whole Foods for maybe the 3rd time in my life yesterday. And I saw that a pack of shredded cheese was $8. And I thought, girl, give me the bum ass coal. I'll chew on that. That's free. There has to, it comes from the earth. Is it good for you? Who knows? Who knows? Girl, we smoke cigarettes, we drink. Not me, though. I don't smoke cigarettes. I am asthmatic, but hand me a blunt. Oof, girl, there goes the asthma.
You're not afraid of things that come from the earth.
Exactly.
What's the worst thing you've ever put in your mouth?
That's, I feel like Beyonce in the music video for Pretty Hurts. That's such a good question. I just wasn't expecting that question.
Well, we could change it up. What's the worst thing you've ever had on your mouth?
A friend of mine had me try this soda called Beverly. And it's just like,
what is that? It's
like a sparkling water that's like really, really sparkling. Like you taste it and you just like spit it out. You can only get it at Epcot. Very niche, very niche. You will need to be in the price range to go to Epcot to try this.
Okay.
It was truly disgusting. It truly changed me. It was the trauma that almost led me to BetterHelp. But one thing about it, I'll just figure it out. Girl, I'll keep the money. Oh my God. I'm told it's a palate cleanser, but also people lie.
I think there's too many people trying to push that we love unsweetened carbonated drinks.
Yeah. Like,
I don't want Alka-Seltzer all the time. Like, I just don't want that.
No. Like, just get me the goddamn water from the earth. Filter it, of course. But like, we don't need to do all that. You just wasted air. Like, the earth is dying. We need those bubbles. We need that oxygen.
Do you ever get bubble guts?
No.
No, you don't have any like dietary restrictions. And then if you eat something, you go, oh,
no, that
gluten's not good for me.
I don't have like a dietary restriction.
What about a dietary inclusion? What are some of your favorite things to eat ever?
Oh my God. Okay. this is a very brave moment for me. Because I don't want to compare myself to such an icon, but do you know the cat Garfield?
Yes.
Love a lasagna. Love, love,
Similar.
love a lasagna.
Do you like lasagna when it's spelled with an A at the end or with an E at the end? Like, what's the difference, do you think, of like lasagne and lasagna?
I have never even noticed that.
They have that.
I've never even noticed that. Oh my God.
Like, is it like lasagne? Like, I don't know how it's pronounced.
Just get me the layered pasta. It comes
Let's
with the
just call it-
strips, with the
Yep.
sauce. That's like how the British do like spell color different than the Americans. They add a U in there.
Theater with an E or theater with an R. Like, there's just variations.
Theater with an R if I'm smoking a cigarette. E if I'm riding the bus.
And you don't smoke cigarettes. Well, rarely.
You know what I will say? Oof, like my mom, sorry, because she is gonna watch this, and my drag mom too. Sorry, she's right there. I avoid cigarettes. I've only had like one. Oh, actually, I recently had the second. Ugh, I'm growing. But it was a Korean cigarette.
Oh,
and
tell me. What was
girl,
that like?
let me tell you something. Ooh, y'all almost got me there. It tasted like fucking banana pudding.
Oh.
I'm not even like, it's not like, ooh, tobacco and banana, like straight up, like, you know how the girls get their like little Tamagotchi vapes? Like keep the computer out of it, wrap the nicotine, and I don't know how they get the flavor. I had 2 puffs of it. I said, oh, baby, get this away from me. I'm gonna finish this.
Do you think it had calories? Because of like,
I mean, it would be a good lunch substitute.
I've heard that when people say like, when you lose weight, the way that you lose weight isn't like, I always thought like, okay, you lose weight like by going to the bathroom, like the fat comes out. They say the way that you lose weight is breathing. The calories, somehow the energy burns out. What? I know that sounds crazy. I'm not a scientist, but I know Bill Nye. You know what I mean? Like, so there's a science to it. I just don't, I'm a student. I'm not the professor. I'm just throwing this out there. So I wonder if in that case, there's a way to consume calories by inhaling them. Like I inhale French fries.
Yeah.
But I inhale them down my gullet.
But if you take the fries down into the gullet with air, it's almost as if the oxygen is the Wegovy. That makes sense to me. You know, when Ariana Grande said, just keep breathing and breathing, she was supporting, the girls on a journey.
Well, the girls that can't afford the like weight loss drugs.
Yeah.
Like, the GLP, LGBTQ.
Yeah, the LSD.
The LSD.
I saw that like they're gonna sell like that drug at Costco soon. But they're gonna sell it for like, I think $700. And I'm like, let me tell you something. I hope this is not me promoting it at all. Parental warning. Turn the TV off right now. Back in the day, the girls just used to do cocaine. You get the baggie. I'm told, I've never done cocaine in my life. A friend of mine told me that, big people shouldn't do cocaine because like you'll just die. Right. I don't know how that applied to me. You will be dealt with for telling me that. But, $100 I'm told is like a bag. So like $100 versus a $700 shot. You can price it, money management. I'm sure there's apps for it.
Well, and it comes from the earth. We're talking about like earth
exactly.
stuff.
The minerals come from the earth. The spoon you cook it in comes from the earth. It all comes together. It's really the circle of life, which is also why the earth is flat.
Well, and people sell their ass like to buy the cocaine. And so ass can be flat too.
Ass can be flat, Everyone jokes about, like, oh, like, if I go broke, I'll just start doing sex work. And like a lot of my friends are sex workers. And here's my thing.
They're unemployed.
No, they're fierce. Some of y'all, like, if you try to like sell sex for money, you're going to go even broker. Like you will, oh my God, there is no return on investment. Like some of my divas, I'm like, and it's not even a comment on looks or appearance or body, but the energy you give, baby, absolutely not. Girl, go ahead and get on Indeed.
Sell it on OfferUp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
if you agree with somebody, do you go like this ever?
I do this when I'm like lightly agreeing with someone. Like,
See,
you
you're
ate that.
using it right.
You're doing that. You know, like
I knew that would be important because I see
exactly.
too many people go like this when they should be like going in.
Oh, if I'm living for it, baby, both hands, we're getting right to
Uh-huh.
it, like a fisting party. You got to really use it. But, if I'm like, did you eat 100% of it? No. But if you got
Like
like
62.
like the passing for like a New York test, 65 and above.
Uh-huh. See, and I appreciate that. I think you're one of the only people who's speaking out in this day and
Thank
age,
you.
especially for your generation,
Thank you.
that is saying there's a way to use this
Yeah.
and we need to start using it. Even though you're not policing people, which I do appreciate as well, you're still by being here, you're sharing with people like there is a way to find out this information.
Exactly.
Miss Ma'am, she is the person to let you know. Because if I say, and I've said it to people before, generationally it comes off like I'm reading someone, which I am, but when you have someone who looks like you, sounds like you, what it does is it makes people comfortable, like they can connect.
Yes, yes.
Well, we've talked about this off camera too. One of the things that you have not done, because you've been doing, first of all, you're on the mall drag tour, which I want
Yes.
to talk about. But one of the things you haven't done that I think you will achieve eventually is working the door at a sex party.
Exactly. Thank you so much for bringing this up. My dream when I was a younger lady, I'm still young, don't even start.
Mm-hmm.
When I first started doing drag, playing in that, CD mess, as I like to do it, I knew that I needed to do a number at a sex party in the middle of the party. And no, you cannot tell people I'm coming either. I don't want these people to know there's going to be a show. I like partly want to disappoint them, but then maybe the excitement of like, oh my gosh, like, wait, y'all, let's get the gay ass sex out of the way. Let's do something queer.
Mm-hmm.
Let's bring in some glamour. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like imagine you are in the middle of getting and or giving a good pound out and or side stuff. I do work in Brooklyn. Shout out to y'all. And I hit the stage. The ball is on. The lights are on me. I'm shimmering even under through the coat. And then what plays? It's all coming back to me, Celine Dion.
Right.
There were nights when the wind was so cold.
Endless pleasure.
Hello.
Yeah. All of this makes sense to me. And it takes me to another place where you're talking about there's sex parties. Like we know Big Dipper hosts a national event, maybe even international at this point, called DYN, Drain Your Nut. And people go anonymously and they have chat groups even. And there's snacks, there's light fare, and a coat check and these things. Why do we never see a sort of like cross-dresser, drag queen, transvestite event just like this? Why is there not a nightly bathhouse where it's drag queens and those that admire them? Why do you think that? Can we did that ever exist? Could we either bring it back or could we launch that?
I would say it has to do with the ignorance of this country.
Mm-hmm.
People are turning to the right when they should be turning on their phones and finding where to get a mini sequin dress
Mm-hmm.
with ripped fishnets and a hard front synthetic bob with smeared Maybelline makeup.
That's the gospel.
Okay. And a pleaser pump, not sandal, pump. The girls just don't want to put in the effort anymore. And I feel like people are so scared of like the CD, transvestite of it all. Because it's just like so like in between, because you're not like, you're not like transgender, of course. That is very different for any ignorant people watching. But sometimes like a good cross-dresser is just like is someone in the community you need.
Mm-hmm.
But we also have to be afraid because sometimes cross-dressers can be very evil. They can be very rude. I had a silly silly evil interaction with a crossdresser last year. So we were all out on this fire escape smoking like weed and cigarettes, and across the alley appeared a crossdresser, this man in his like 70s.
Mm-hmm.
And he saw us and he put on a little black slip dress and he walked out onto his balcony and he was like, "Hey girls, And obviously, you know, when you're a drag entertainer, you just know when shenanigans have approached you. You know, the real offering. They say bring the frankincense, they say bring the myrrh, bring the CD, and the CD will appear. So the CD appears, he is there, he's so infatuated with us, he's flirting with like 3 specific girls. It's a whole fucking thing, right? Um, when none of the girls wanted to like text him to like, you know, get to know him, he fucking reported us to the building for smoking on the fire escape. I know.
Wow.
Let me tell you something. I hope that slip dress rips, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
You sick fuck.
Do you think this was the type of crossdresser that like leans in and goes, "How long have you been dressing?"
Oh, yes, baby.
Those are my favorite. Let's take a break. The holidays. They're in my house. They're outside the house. They've taken over my life. Lights, wrapping paper, emotional subplots everywhere. So yeah, fine. The holidays are even on the house at DraftKings Casino. It's the one version of holiday chaos that might actually pay off. DraftKings Casino delivers the kind of drama you actually want. The fun, the suspense, the big reveal without the bad lighting or family sequel. They've paid out the largest online casino jackpot in U.S. history and awarded over $500 million in jackpots. So yeah, if this season's already a production, at least make it one that pays off. New players download the DraftKings Casino app and use code VERYDELTA. Play $5 and get 50 spins a day for 10 days on cash eruption slots. That's code VERYDELTA and enjoy holidays on the house. My gift to you this holiday season with DraftKings Casino. In partnership with DraftKings Casino, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 plus. Physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Ontario. Eligibility restrictions apply. Non-withdrawable casino spins issued as 50 spins per day for 10 days, valid for featured games only and expire each day after 24 hours. See terms at casino.draftkings.com/promos. Ends January 25th, 2026 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. Baby, are you searching for the perfect Christmas gift? Say less. Aura Frames is the hidden gem that keeps on giving long after the box is open. Aura Frames is the world's smartest digital picture frame that was featured in 495 gift guides during 2024 alone. Not only that, it was selected 3 times as one of Oprah's favorite things and named #1 digital picture frame by Wirecutter, The Strategist, Wired, and PC Mag. All that being said, this year I'm getting everyone an Aura Frame. I love that you can share photos or videos from any device and they will instantly appear on the frame wherever it is in the world. No memory card required. Additionally, the amount of photos and videos you can upload is unlimited. I love Aura Frames and I know you'd love it as well. For a limited time, save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames, named #1 by Wirecutter by using promo code VERYDELTA at checkout. That's auraframes.com, promo code VERYDELTA. This deal is exclusive to listeners and frames sell out fast, so order yours now to get it in time for the holidays. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. We are back with MissMa'amShe. Sometimes I like to ask people if there's any small fish that need to be fried. Anything happening in your life, anything you've noticed, a behavior, a menu item, just something that needs to be pontificated upon.
Oh my God, something that's been getting on my nerves. Oh, you know what gets on my nerves? When they call when you fly, and like at every checkpoint, they like insist on reading your full name just out loud.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, whoa, like please lower your voice.
Right.
Please don't even try to out me like that because, you know, when you are a doll and then like the name just doesn't match the zhuzh, it's kind of like, wait, stop the car. Like, please don't, like, please move with kindness. Please. Like, when I was flying here, it was such a key. Like at every stop, they'd be like, have a nice day, so-and-so. Whoa, girl, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, let's calm down. Like, let's readjust. Have you heard of BetterHelp? Oh, girl.
You know what? I think it's really strange how many places we go, like I said this before, a pharmacy,
Mm-hmm.
where people are very comfortable just throwing out your private information. Just like,
Yes.
so are you still on the Zoloft?
Yeah.
You still on the Are you still on the Wegovy, or are you not? What are you doing? Like I hear them talking to people, and I'm like,
Yeah.
not that you should have any shame for whatever pills you're on. Do what you need to do. But it's nobody's business.
It's not. And also, like, especially when you're at like the bank or the pharmacy, like sometimes I'll be like, okay, like, listen, like, I know we have these little plexiglass dividers in between each little booth, but, let's move with kindness.
Yeah, I don't want everyone to know that my savings account balance is $63.51. Like, not everybody should know that.
Exactly.
And that I'm trying to transfer 60 of that to my checking.
Exactly. We need to keep the $2 there so we don't get an overdraft fee.
Right.
Or even like on the opposite side of like the person behind the counter, when like the other, like, let's say like you're trying to be like really like low key, and like the people behind you on whatever line are like this close to you.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I'm at the pharmacy and you're standing like right behind me, baby, go ahead and take 2 steps back. You'll get the medication. Like, do not worry. Like, you don't need to be there like
in you almost.
I'm next.
Like in you.
Yes. Like, oh my God. Or even at the bank, like sometimes they'll like walk like right up behind you. I'm like, there's a line on the floor, baby.
Since you've been talking, I burped 3 times.
Oh my God. Okay.
But it's the silent burp. You have to, when it's coming, you close your mouth, you push your tongue to the roof of your mouth. The burp will push back in your throat, and then you push it out through your nose. So no one experiences it. Have you turned in your audition tape for RuPaul's Drag Race yet?
No. I mean, it is available on my Instagram Reels. So if you do work for the company, go ahead and look that up. It is only a minute and a half. I know y'all made the requirement 12 minutes this year. Girl, let's save the money and time.
Well, I think you know what you want when you see it. You know what I mean? And they know what they want. They know they need it.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I don't need to be a competitor. Like, I'll work door. That's the thing. Like, the girls need to realize, like, sometimes you just need the opportunity. Also, why be there and spend all the money? Like, girl, let me just pull up. I'll put an outfit from like Rainbow. I'll sit. I'll check in with everyone. Like, you're here to film what? I did not see you yesterday. I'm so sorry, girl. Go ahead and turn around. Like, we can make it work.
Tell me about mall drag.
Oh, I would love to. So mall drag is a show that I do in Brooklyn at Come On Everybody in Bed-Stuy. Hello everyone at Come On. We did it. But mall drag is a show that like it's about having fun. Like whether you're in the audience or you're a performer, like it's the kind of gig where you can walk up in something casual, looking crazy as hell, but like if you're giggling as you walk up because you know it's about to be a scene and the audience is giggling, that's the show. Because drag is so serious nowadays, and I appreciate the seriousness of it. I appreciate all the drag that I don't do, which I think as an entertainer, side note, you should appreciate everything. But I feel as though like people get so hypercritical of like looking cheap or like looking this, that, and the third. And it's like, did y'all never like go out as like young queens, like in a dress from Rainbow or the Ross? I'm from New York, so we don't have that, but the Ross and
Rainbow you don't have.
No, we don't have Ross. We have Rainbow.
You don't. Wait, what?
We don't have Ross. I didn't go to a Ross for the first time until about like 2 years ago.
What do you have? Like TJ Maxx or like
New York has like this thing where we have like a bunch of like little boutiques, like of clothes that are like Rainbow adjacent. So like a Ross, like, truly for me, it was a myth for a long time. Like, let me meet Ross. Is he trans? We need to find out.
I'm just like,
you're gagging on it.
I'm so gagged because someone just asked me recently, like they were like, let me pose a theoretical question to you. If you could only shop in one store and it was either a Walgreens where everything is locked up, including the Tic Tacs, or a Ross where none of the shoes had a match, which would you shop in? And for me,
Ross.
It's I will find the match.
Yeah.
I will find the match.
Yeah.
And if not, I will wear 2 mismatched shoes.
I mean, I even though the Ross isn't there, but like if I wear those mismatched shoes in New York, people are gonna say like, "Oh my God, you get fashion."
You're alternative.
I'm alternative. Hello.
See, I want to take you shopping to Ross to get mall drag.
Let's go. I'm here for 2 weeks.
What would you get? What would you want to wear? What's a mall drag look? What should I wear?
Okay. So a mall drag look, I would say we need to get jeggings.
Okay.
We need to get jeggings. We got to start there.
Okay.
Or a flared jean.
Mm-hmm.
You know, something very like, I'm picking the kids up soon. Like, oh, I'm in a rush. I have to put this on. We need that. We need some type of absurd t-shirt with it. You know, the t-shirts they sell, you know, at like a TJ Maxx or the Ross, where you're like, oh, this was like, they just had leftover stock and they had to get rid of this. The kind of shirt that makes you go like, who would buy this? And then you see it's like $5. Give me that.
Mm-hmm.
And you need a handbag. You also need a gaudy handbag too. Something preferably that's like one solid color, like a pink or like a blue. Something that like the kind of bag that like you get on the bus, you throw it on the chair to claim it first, and then you sit.
Okay.
The thing you don't even give a fuck about. Or a sundress. Something that doesn't also like, if you don't want to wear pads or like you just want to feel comfortable. That's the whole thing. Mall drag is about like, you want to like also feel comfortable besides the camp of it all. Like get the sundress on, you know, with the sandal. Shout out to Luscious Massacre, who is killing it at mall drag. Like, girl, like she is everything.
If I was going to submit my music for a mall drag show, could I do like Sunny Came Home by Sean Colvin, maybe?
Absolutely.
Would
literally,
that be good?
The way my show is, I tell my cast, you can perform or do whatever you want. Because for me, part of mall drag is my way of keeping old Brooklyn nightlife alive, which I obviously like every scene changed after the pandemic. Those 2 years off, everyone's like social skills got rewired.
Totally.
How everyone did everything
It's
got
true.
rewired. And since then, with all the new generations coming in, I feel as though because a lot of them were like became adults in the house and then they came out, they're like running out of the house being like, I need to be like A-level polished, which obviously if that's your goal, please be that. But like, I need to be this, I need to be like, you know, everyone's trying to get on either Drag Race or Dragula now. Like we lost the funniness, we lost a bit of the edge. And like there are shows that are keeping that alive. But for me, mall drag is like, my goal was to be like a show where the girls, they see the flyer, like, oh, ticket purchased. Like even if you're having a bad day and you pull up, I just want people to leave like I cannot believe what I just saw.
If you could do mall drag internationally, or I should say when you do it internationally, because it will happen, where would you like to go first?
Probably London.
Mm-hmm.
I think the UK divas would eat up the show.
Mm-hmm.
They love that type of humor.
All the UK queens are so smart.
They're so smart.
Referential. They get it.
They would live for it. I know they would. And hopefully one day we'll come to the UK. Hello. If someone wants to buy me the flight, okay.
Are you listening to that?
Hey.
How do you approach performing in a queer space versus performing in sort of like a very straight place? Or do you even entertain one or the other?
When I perform in a queer space, I'm the most relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
Like queer people, you could just go up there and give them whatever. And like, they'll just be like, they'll know what you're referencing. And they'll just be like, oh, this is sickening. Like with like gay male spaces, I've performed at, you know, obviously I'm working drag queen. Of course I've done them. But like sometimes with those, it gets very like, they're like, impress me right now.
Oh, yes.
Impress me. Don't even think about submitting that tape if I don't give you this $1. You know, and they take it so personally sometimes, like when they watch you perform. Like I've noticed so many times, like as an audience member too, where like a gay guy will like purposely walk up to like 2 performers who are in the same show and right in front of one of them go, I thought you were the star tonight, and then walk away. I'm like, oh my God, like I don't know if like when you do that, it takes like $10 off your prep or, you know, it helps you afford the soy milk latte, but girl, save it.
Mm-hmm.
And then straight audiences, I'm always just like, straight audiences I can have a little more fun with because usually if I'm a straight audience is there, it's because they're trying to be like, ooh, like alternative night, like let's see what the queers are doing.
Mm-hmm.
So they're usually like a lot more like, ooh, oh my God. So like you put this on every time. Like, whoa, wait, can you take a picture with my boyfriend? He's so straight. And like, yes, I'm asking you to take a picture with him because I'm a little homophobic when we get home, but fuck it. Here's $5.
Yeah.
It's
I should
fun to
let
key
you
with
do my
them.
makeup.
Oh my God, you're so beautiful. I could never wear that much makeup.
Do you do that yourself? No, I go to the Clinique counter every day.
Yeah, like, no, I could never like do what you do. Like, that's just so crazy. Like, oh, I wish I had the confidence to just put that on. Like, yes. Like,
Or the waving the dollar going, will you embarrass my friend?
yes. Oh my God, it's my friend's birthday. Can you call him the F slur on the mic? Like, I know you can do it, but I can't.
Right.
Not in public.
But I have a lot of gay friends and they actually don't mind if I say it. They don't care.
Like, I get them Red Bulls and they let me say it like once a month. But I get to choose the day.
Month? Let's take a break. Do you have something on your mind? Perhaps a burning question. Or maybe you just need me to go off about something. Well, now's your chance. Email me at readmedelta@gmail.com and you just might hear your question on an upcoming episode of Very Delta. Don't be shy, baby. Send me an email. We are back with MissMa'amShe. Now, this is the part of the show we call Read Me Delta. People send in their letters. They have questions. They sometimes make observations, and then we ignore those. And if you'd like to send in a letter, you have a question, you need advice, send it to readmedelta@gmail.com. Let's see what our first letter is. Do you have a letter opener I can steal?
Well, steal is a strong word. I do have a letter opener. I do use this on the train. Don't ask for what. And I have it in the shade Fierce. Okay. Now, as you can tell, it is metal. Okay. You can hear that. And it has gorgeous detailing. Let's zoom in on this. Okay. There's a rose in there. Don't look at the gloves. My finger's a little short for it. Don't start. Don't start. With some green. So let's use my letter opener and let's figure this out.
I love it. This is a shank, they call this.
Oh, girl, clang, clang with the trolley.
Do you like to give out advice to people?
If I'm drunk or if like I had an edible, yeah.
Read me, Delta!
Dear Delta and studious guest, this year I was part of a group chat that consisted of 3 friends. We organically started a group chat together out of a bigger group of friends. I enjoyed our time together. One of those friends in the chat suggested that we add a 4th friend into the chat and ask for our permissions, and we said, sure, that person's a good time. So then there was 4 of us in the group chat, and then one day we got a text from the 4th person saying, I'm adding a 5th person to the group chat. I'm drunk, ha ha ha. Well, the rest of us didn't appreciate that because we already knew it was going to fuck up the vibe, but what were we to do? If we tell her we don't want that person in the chat, we're a bitch, but in reality, we don't want them in the group chat. They don't fit the vibe. In the end, one of us confronted the person who added the unwanted individual, and it put them in an awkward position, and then the group chat died. Do you think this is destructive or productive? What is your take on group chats? Are group chats very Delta? Sincerely, the Duchess of Dick. The Duchess of Dick, I have to tell you that I do not like a group chat at all. I understand the reasoning why, like boomers, for instance, love a group chat because they want everyone to be on the same page and they feel like it's easier electronically to like just send something. So I have a lot of family members that will say like the Thanksgiving chat or whatever. And I usually will interject to be polite and then I'll leave the chat. And then I'll individually message people. Your friend who brought the person in that was unwanted and they didn't get approval for, they needed to be removed from the chat. And then you needed to handle them separately and say, we removed you from the chat. Just so you know, the Duchess of Dick has removed you from the chat. And the reason you were removed is because we didn't want to embarrass your friend who maybe was totally cool, but they didn't go through the proper channels. So you have to go through the proper channels. You have to be approved by the friend group. You have to cut your teeth. How do we know that you've cut your teeth? You have to win the prelim in order to be here. The prelim is getting approved by everyone. Now, just because you're friends with them doesn't mean that we fucking like them. It's a privilege to be in that chat. So I say in order to prevent all of this, there are no group chats. I personally, I do have a couple of people here and there that we will do something just because it will happen or they'll throw me in, but I usually will leave. I have a couple of friends in Arizona, and we will do a little group chat. I'm not going to say who they are because it will let out all their secrets, but they know. Your friend was fucked up and ruined everyone's trust by doing that. I mean, honestly, hate to tell them that, but somebody has to tell them because I'm separate from the situation. I feel like I can tell you the group chat would never be the same again because that person was brought in. They don't know what the dynamic is. They don't know what the rules are. There are rules. The rules with your closest friends should always be you can all say whatever you want to one another, and you can read one another, and you can inform one another, and you can let one another know. But a stranger cannot come in and say something. So what I say to you one-on-one or in the group chat is like what you say in a dressing room. A dressing room is so it's a sanctuary. It's so private. In a drag dressing room, there's money, there's belongings, there's recreated dresses, there's things that you're proud of that you don't want other people to touch. When you bring strangers in, they have to be approved. Now, if you approve of someone and you know, but see, your friend said, oh, I'm drunk, I'm bringing in whoever. But if you trusted your friend, you go, oh, well, that person's with them. I already know. I don't have to worry about it. If they approve them, I approve them because I trust them enough. But your friend was playing funny with your trust. They don't have any respect for you whatsoever. I could be wrong. No, I can't.
No. And you know what? Here's my thing. Fuck your friend, but let's move with kindness.
Mm-hmm.
You know, your friend is an agent of Satan because to add someone to a group chat when you yourself have just been invited, there is a level of couth that needs to be had. Girl, this isn't, an Uber share. There are designated stops.
Yeah.
Don't tell the driver to pull over to this corner because your friend happened to be there. Your friend's going to walk. Okay. Don't you even
1000%.
think about it. Here's my thing. There are two things you could have done. One, if y'all were like non-confrontational, you could key and just make another group chat with just the three of y'all. or sorry, I do have to laugh sometimes. It gets the coal out. Like they did.
Real quick, I just burped again. But this one really came
out. And we
out.
are holding space.
And this one came out though.
This one came out.
It wasn't nice.
Oh, I support LGBT. Come
I know
out.
You do. I know
Come
you
out,
do.
please. But your friend, listen, it was premeditated murder. Like, we are getting a guilty conviction because if you have the ability to text, I'm drunk, I'm adding someone, you have the ability to go, no. You haven't earned that spot. They don't know you. Girl, save it. Also, like, girl, and I say that, in a gender neutral way. Don't know anyone's gender in the chat, okay? You could be up in the air, down below, one hop this time. But you can't, it's just so like, that's such like, I'm 20 in college, kind of vibe. Like, and I'm assuming you're all adults because this diva is a duchess.
The Duchess of Dick.
The Duchess of Dick. Okay. Now, where is the Viscountess of Cock? Let's ask these questions.
Right. And I love this question from the Duchess of Dick because you're just trying to like gauge, like, is it an overreaction? Is it an underreaction?
No,
like,
it's not an overreaction.
And I think it's nice that you're just kind of gauging what is somebody else's opinion on this? How do we move through? These are the conversations that we have to have. And honestly, one of the things that bothers me even more about like the offensive friend is the fact that they would bring somebody else in this situation. And I, just as MissMa'amShe, I hold the space and I also want to move with kindness. What if that person was totally innocent and was like, I didn't know that
Exactly.
I didn't know what was happening. I thought they wanted me there. You've now embarrassed this other person.
See, the other person is a victim as well.
Is a victim.
You are a victim for starting the chat. This person is a victim for being bought into this cult.
Yeah, it is a cult.
The friend, not only have you lost my trust, you will be dealt with. Okay? There was once a little girl in a well, but on a TV. 7 days. Okay? Yeah. 7 days. You will be dealt with. Duchess of Dick, hear me when I say this, as the Duchess of Wasia. You have been wronged. And you have to let the court know. You need to let them know. In fact, file a civil lawsuit. Girl, why not? Girl, gender neutral. Girl, why not?
And as a time-traveling prophetess, I'm here to tell you that this was never right at any time in history.
No, let me
And
tell
it
you
won't be right in the
something.
future either.
It's never right, okay?
But it's okay. I mean, Whitney Houston said it's not right. It's okay. Like, it
No,
can be. I don't know if it can be okay.
it's neither. Whitney would have been so mad at you.
She would have, because
She
she's a
would have been
girl's
so
girl.
mad at you. She would have gagged you like she gagged Wendy Williams on that phone call,
Mhm.
okay? Let me tell you something. At no point is it cute to add someone to a group chat. You know?
And you know, how
Without
about
the
this?
permission.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Fuck
Okay,
off.
here. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do the spiritual. Let's do a deep breath when we say this. This
Okay,
is the
tell
new
me.
way of dealing with someone when they piss you off. Duchess of what was the last name?
The Duchess of Dick.
Duchess of Dick Bar and Grill. I want you to practice this too when you are in these situations. Sometimes you also have to be fierce with people. There's nothing wrong with letting people know your boundaries straight out, even if you sound like a bitch. Go ahead.
Mhm.
Side note, it just lets people know not to bring funny games to you. Like yesterday, I went to go get a latte. I went to this one place. I'm like, can I get like an iced latte? She goes, we only do pour overs. Is that okay? I said this full quote, respectfully, that is just not what I'm looking for. And I
Mhm.
left.
Fair.
And that's not against you. And I said that to her too. Like, this is not against you, but I just got off of a 6-hour flight. I'm getting the thing that I want.
Yeah.
And a pour over, girl, save it.
Yeah.
But Duchess of Dick, hear me, and Delta, hear me too. I want you to practice this because it really is a fabulous stress reliever. Put the drugs down, forget the hiking up in the hills because it's California. If someone's really pissing you off like this, take a deep breath. Girl, fuck you.
Yeah.
It
I
will
love
change your life.
I
Or
love that.
if, obviously, if, children are around, girl, save it.
I love that.
Right?
I think it's the easiest way to go about this,
Yeah.
honestly. What about Dear Delta and gorgeous guests?
Thank you.
After popping an edible, staring off into the sky, and taking my brain on a walk, I have come to you with an important question. Do you toss salad like me? Okay, I haven't tossed someone's salad in a long time, but I was wondering, where does that phrase come from? How did tossing a salad equate to eating ass? Do you know the origins of this? Because I sure as hell don't. It got me thinking of other phrases that are food-based, but also sexual phrases like baste my turkey, butter up my biscuit, lick my McRib. Why do I find these sexual food references hilarious? Do you have any favorite sexy food phrases? Sending you love from Sin City, very Diego. I don't know where any of these come from. I guess we could Google them. I don't know. Very Diego, have you ever gotten a cell phone? It's a computer in your hand at all times. It can let you know where you're going. It can let you know what phrases mean. It can let you know what your net worth is. I just looked up my net worth the other day and it said my net worth was $1 million. Can you believe that? $1 million. But the local shows pay between 50 and 150. So I don't know where that's going because, a good custom wig, even in synthetic, it's about $300. So, these are things you can just figure out on your own. I would love to be able to tell you, baste my turkey and butter my biscuit, I think are similar. I could see those being similar. It basically just means like drain your nut all over me in my nether regions. Lick my McRib. I've definitely not heard that one. Do you do a McRib?
No, the fuck I don't. I'm sorry. Lick my McRib, bitch, you're gonna burn in hell. Like,
Mhm.
that is, oh my God. Fuck capitalism.
Do you think more people should say sheeness? Like, lick my sheeness. Or my sheepy. Oh, that's my sheepy, baby.
That
like sheeness?
is like,
You like my sheeness?
that's something that like, there are like layers to like trans girls. That's something that like the trans girls who identify as like transsexual say.
Do they say dicklet ever or no?
You know what? As far as I am aware, I just have not encountered such language.
Have you heard coqueletta? Like coqueletta couture?
I haven't, and I am very liberal. I voted for Zoran, but I have not heard these terms.
Do you think he ever says those words?
You know what? Maybe he does live in Astoria, probably.
He seems nice.
He seems so nice. He got
seems
my
like a
vote.
fucking
Please,
nice
let me tell you something.
person.
Wait till you see me on the free bus in this dress. Y'all are gonna choke.
Honey.
Don't touch. But the phrase "toss myself," I didn't even know that meant ate ass. That doesn't make sense to me. What about tossing a salad equates eating someone's cookie.
Because I would imagine it to be more like, why don't you slurp my soup? Like, right? Because
Oh,
it's like soupy in there or
now
something.
if it's soupy in there, that's a different type of fetish.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
What about like stir my stew?
ooh, ooh, ooh,
Mm.
ooh. You know, I appreciate love Judy Garland, but scat is just not my tea.
Clap my
Um,
crapper.
okay, Club Legend Art Theater. I
Mm-hmm.
toss my salad for eating. Like we've all heard the phrase. I really don't actually know where that came from or how it equates to it. Because tossing, because if you're tossing something, that means there's something has changed
Right.
within me. Something is not the same.
Right.
There's something waiting for you in there, and it's not a refund check from the government.
Well, and Gwen
Um,
Stefani asked us a long time ago, like, what you waiting for? Not what are you waiting for, but
exact,
whatcha?
exact. Thank you for
Whatcha?
bringing up my transracial queen.
Uh-huh.
She, sorry, she was once Asian, so I really have to show out for her. Well, not right now though. We're on the pod. Um, toss my salad. Don't know where that came from. Wait.
Mm-mm.
So there's toss my salad. Um,
Baste my turkey?
does that mean that you are releasing on the body?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's like, what about glaze my ham?
Now
Glaze
imagine
my
saying that to
ham.
someone who's vegan. How rude.
Mm.
Oh.
You like sheeness?
Oh my God, what an interesting question. I was not prepared for
I
that.
wasn't prepared for it either because honestly, I mean, maybe it comes off smarmy, but I really just don't have an answer. I wish I did, but we're not
Sheeness.
allowed to have our phones on set, or I would just Google it real
Sheeness.
quick and tell you. But I'm hoping you're at home with Google and you can write me a letter again and tell me what it is. Because, by the time I get up from here and I get my 6-piece nuggets and my Diet Coke off the McDonald's app, I'm not going to remember anything. I'm having such a hard time remembering anything. All I can remember is it's been a long December and it's November when we're filming this.
Hello.
So I don't think we're gonna make it.
I just keep the McRib, keep the sheeness. Let's get out the Zell. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
let's get out the Zell. Let's be adults.
Do you prefer to have people Zelle, PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, or do you take in any or all?
I love Zell.
Mm-hmm.
Zell is the adults form for me of sending or receiving money because it's just right in the account. There's no like,
Immediate.
yeah, there's no like, you could pay a few cents to like, bitch, how dare you?
Mm-hmm.
What was the other one?
There's also a PayPal, which I think is old
Evil.
school. It's
Evil,
old.
evil, evil. I had to make a PayPal for a corporate pride gig. And it was the most stressful thing to get that fucking money. Because they sent me the money and then PayPal was like, well, we now need to wait and see proof that you like sent over goods for you to get this.
Uh-huh.
Sent over goods? Bitch, I did a 4-minute number. What the hell? Do I send them the clips? Like,
Right.
oh my God.
Well, and anytime you do corporate events as well, like besides like the PayPal, they're always like, well, we have to set you up in our system. Like
Corporate events. Oh, sorry. Oh,
No. I'm
just
glad you understand it. Like,
you have to know that when you do a corporate event, you're probably going to see that money in like 3 months. They either put you on like a net 30, net 90.
mm-hmm.
If you are at a corporation, hear me now, okay? Boom. If you're gonna book some queer talent, bitch, get a check ready or have them make cash available. Like keep it cute. The worst in terms of payout corporate gig I ever did was for Chase.
Okay.
It took them a year to pay me.
Mm-hmm.
And it was $300.
I mean, come on.
300. And I literally told
From
them,
a bank?
I literally said,
From a fucking bank?
I showed up at a bank and performed at a bank. Oh, yes. And I literally said to the manager, I do have a Chase account. Go ahead and Zelle it.
Yeah.
She did not. She did not. It took them a year to pay me because first they're like, oh, we're going to send you the information. We're going to send you a check. Never sent that. Then they said, oh, we have to register you as a vendor. Okay, go ahead and do that. Then I got an email. Then I emailed back. I'm like, hey, like it's been, a few months. So like, well, actually, like we didn't pay you out in our time frame to pay out. So like, we don't know if we like can. And then it was like, you do have to legally pay me. Hello. And then they're like, okay, like, could we give you a gift card for instead a gift card.
Bye.
A gift card. Let me tell you something. I keep a hammer in my purse. Don't you? A gift card. Oh, non-parody, non-actionable. That
Right.
was a joke.
Right.
A gift card, girl. Just tell me to take the bus home.
Well, that or these corporations will be like, okay, so we're gonna set you up in our pay system, Blue Frito, and then
Yeah.
once you're in there, we also have you know, I don't whatever Hunter Baloney, and like there are all these names where I'm like, what? Why does it have to be like that? Just as you said, and then also when you do these gigs, because they'll be right, the end of the year is here.
Yeah.
The Pride gigs are gonna start coming, hopefully. But when they do come, the colleges want you to come to the college. Here's my question. Why is it so hard to get parking passes for the talent on the campus? You are the organization. Go above and beyond. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The compensation is one thing. The facilitation is everything. There's no reason why all this parking is right behind the theater and you can't get 4 parking passes. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Are you stupid in here?
Yeah.
Get the parking passes.
Let me tell you something. No parking pass. Like, I'm sorry. Just call me a lazy CD.
Right.
Just call me, the fucking left behind transvestite. How dare you insult me? I need to park my Honda. I don't know. I'm just naming a car. My Honda somewhere. Okay. My Subaru. What other cars are out there?
Well, there's all kinds. They have La Plymouth Sundance.
Yeah, great festival.
They have the Mercury Stardust. Is a
car. Yeah, like the thermometer.
Yeah. Here's what we're saying. Get the parking passes. Get the check
out the parking
ready.
Pass.
Okay.
And don't tell me you don't have the money to print it on paper. Go ahead and buy the ink.
And we're not going to just go into the quote unquote women's restroom and just get ready in a stall. I know this sounds like a lot because people are like, well, you should be grateful we're bringing you at all. No, you should be fucking grateful that we're showing up. We're setting our boundaries right now. It's not even the new year yet. And we're letting you know right now, when you want to bring the drag talent, drag kings, drag queens, fucking go-go dancers, fucking anybody that comes and shows up and puts shit on for you, don't think just because you're going to give us a check in a year that it's enough. Facilitate, compensate. This conversation had to happen again. Yeah. And we're here again. Yeah. No, we're not going to come there and do your friend's makeup. No, we're not going to fucking come there and...
fuck your friend.
Fuck your friend, dude.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Don't
shit
play
ass.
with it. It being the makeup.
Thank you for being here. This is so
Thank
fun.
you so much for having me.
For us.
I am so happy to be here. Thank you for having me. I am currently on my mall drag tour. I'll be in Seattle next, then Philadelphia, then Chicago for this year. More to come in 2026. Delta, thank you so much for having me. It is an honor. It is a dream to be here. Ever since I was a younger woman, still young, baby, and I hit the stage at Metropolitan Bar and Grill in the summer. They have a barbecue Sundays. You should go.
Yum.
And I walked out there and I said, I was at Subway the other day. I had a hope to be able to be featured on this podcast, this iconic piece of media. And I thank you so much for having me here. Thank you so much to everyone here, the entire crew as well. I do want to also take a moment to shout out and say thank you to Eric from Come On Everybody, the owner of the bar that I work at. Eric, I love you. Thank you for letting me hit the road, do my show at your venue. I love you so much. Oh, we did it. We're on Delta. I also want to say thank you to my friend Edwa for making me this Margiela recreation. This has fully under corset, hand pleated everything. And then my friend 10 Yards for making me these wonderful gloves. And my friend Zenobia for making me the hair. One thing about it, I'm going to credit my friends. Here's the thing. I didn't make this goddamn dress. I didn't make these gloves. I did not make this hair. And if y'all think it's sickening, you should know where to find it. And also my friend Luna back in Brooklyn. I keep saying bum ass. And there's this thing that always cracks me up. Where you know how sometimes when you're out and you'll buy something or do something, or in any instance where someone will be like, you could do this for like $2 more, or, oh, it'd be $5 extra. She has this thing where she'd be like, keep the bum ass change. Like, I'll do it.
Oh, I live.
And it has changed my life for the better.
The bum ass.
And also, I'd like to say, finally, thank you to my best friend and my drag mother, Iodine, who is here. She's off camera, for being the actual reason I do drag in the first place. This was never my career I was going to choose. It was never in the psyche for me. None of this.
Because you were going to be a dental tech.
Very
and then
close.
It was the teeth that screwed you up.
Here's the thing. When you go to buy Invisalign and I'm the one doing it, you have to stop and think. Almost like when you say, where's that parking pass? So I do want to thank my best friend and my drag mother for showing me drag and showing me this beautiful world, and which has led me to be able to be on such a phenomenal show. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I love you.
I love you.
Today on Very Merry Delta, we learned that sometimes you just have to let them keep the bum ass change. We'll see you next week, and until then, keep things very merry, Delta. Very Delta is produced by Moguls of Media, aka Mom. Hosted by Delta Work. Produced and edited by Doug Robertson. Technical direction by Danielle Mitchell. With original theme music by Will Pitts. Media and design support by Stone Cole. And set design by Eris Sevilla. Executive produced by Alaska, Willem, Big Dipper, Camille Stennis, and Joe Cilio. Recorded at Forever Dog Productions. We'll start with the intro, and then the monologue portion will be, we'll do the monologue portion before we go into the full.
Sorry, we're on a time crunch.
Mom!
Watch Very Delta uncensored, ad-free, and a day early by subscribing to Mom Plus Gold. Sign up today at mompodcast.plus for premium content, including weekly episodes of More Very Delta.